Christopher University is one of the state-of-the-art private tertiary institutions in Nigeria, which was licensed by the National Universities Commission (NUC) to begin its academic operations on the 5th of March 2015. The university is located on the spacious land area of over 100 hectares and situated in Mowe, 2 minutes drive from Redemption Camp and 20 minutes drive from Ikeja, the capital city of Lagos State.
My name is Antonia Oshley. I'm in the Department of Mass Communication and I'm in my final year.
My name is Jeffrey Donchima. My department is Business Administration. I'm in 300 level.
I've benefited a vast range of knowledge based on our lecturers being very versatile in their field. They've been able to impact on us lots and lots of innovative ideas, and I've benefited a lot.
Okay, I've benefited a lot from Christopher University. There's a lot to benefit. Now, it just depends on how well you utilize your time and opportunities. I've had the opportunity to grow as an individual. I've had the opportunity to grow spiritually, mentally, and physically. I've also had the opportunity to meet a diverse set of people who helped me in my mind and my intellect. And with the lecturers, I've had the opportunity to have a very good relationship with lecturers, helping me in my education and my studies.
The mission of the university is to create a specialized institution committed to the pursuit of academic innovation, skill-based training, and a tradition of excellence in teaching and research with private sector participation.
My name is Professor Olatunji Oyelano. I'm the Vice Chancellor of Christopher University at this time. Well, a whole lot of things. The first thing is looking at our public universities. The state of our public university is so deplorable, and that is unacceptable to any right-thinking individual. I think as a university, I want to engender a university that will set itself apart and become the credible alternative to the public universities in Nigeria and beyond. So if you look at the public universities, they have a lot of issues, ranging from unstable academic calendar. Because in public universities you have all these issues as ASU strike, student unrest, cultism, and so on and so forth. So you only know when you enter the university. You don't know when you graduate. A program of 4 years might end up becoming 6 or 7 years. We have seen it all over. And what I want to engender here at Christopher University is to ensure that we have stable academic calendar, so that when you come in, you are sure that at the end of the 4th year, you graduate, and you graduate in good grade. So that is one. The second one is the fact that the public universities, they are financially dependent on the government. Most times, always, they run cap in hand to the government for every little thing that they need or require. And that is not helping them, because those in government, because of that reason, they lord over so many things on the universities. So what we want to do here at Christopher University is to make sure that we are financially independent of our proprietor, such that we don't go cap in hand always to him to ask for money or beg for money. So we have put up a number of IGR, business ventures, and other innovative and creative ways of generating income, so that we can be financially independent and be able to carry out our academic activities unimpeded. So that is two. The third one is the fact that in public universities, you see, they have bloated workforce, such that tax that is meant for one person, they end up employing 10 people. And so when you get to their offices, you discover that many of them are idle, doing nothing. So what we want to do here in Christopher University we want to put the round pegs in round holes. So there's a policy, concerning the ratio of academic staff and the supporting staff. And we are going to stick to that. The ratio is 5:1. For every 5 academic staff, you have one support staff. And that is what we are going to ensure across the board, so that we don't overpopulate this place with non-academic staff. Because what is happening presently in public universities is that you have more of non-teaching staff, people that are not even meant to be there in the first instance, occupying space to the extent that most of these universities don't even have enough funds to engage professionals and professors into the academic programs. That is 3. The next one is the fact that you have student indiscipline, in public universities. Morals have gone down. The etiquette is no longer there. So our students are now very lazy. They are not academic conscious anymore. So a whole lot of things is affecting them, their performance. So we want to look into that and make sure that the student that we graduate from Christopher University will be the best that we can offer to the world. And also, if you look at research, teaching and research in public universities, particularly research in public university is purely for publications and for personal development, not for community development. Not for community development. And that is why you find most university communities, if you go around where you have universities, those communities and towns and villages are poor and impoverished. So the universities are not really impacting their environment. They are not impacting their immediate society, their immediate societies. So what we want to do at Christopher University, when we begin to conduct research, is going to be locally relevant, such that we'll be able to impact directly our communities. I'm looking forward to, to a day when this university will be able to provide light, electricity for the communities around here. We don't have to rely on government, PHCN they call it. I'm looking to a situation where we will be able to provide, pipe-borne water and things like that through our research. So that is what we want to do. So we want to set ourselves apart and become the credible alternative to public universities in Nigeria and beyond. You see, my vision for this university is to have a university that is world-class and entrepreneurial. We are not only bringing you here just to subject you to teaching alone within the 4 walls of the classroom. We want to set up other activities outside of the classrooms that daily you engage with, so that it will bring out your talent, and your hidden talent, and other abilities and capabilities that you have that you might not even know. So at the end of the day, we're going to have graduates that will be self-reliant, that will be self-independent, that if the jobs come, fine. But if not, they can become entrepreneurs and become employers of labor. So that is what I want to achieve here at Christopher University. Our graduates will not queue and begin to look for jobs, the jobs that are not even there in the first instance. So they should be creators of jobs. They should be entrepreneurs. So that is the kind of vision that I have for our students here at Christopher University. And they will be at the top of their game.
Linking theory with practice is the motto of Christopher University, and this is one of the precepts that the school hopes to achieve through its students.
My name is Azan Olayinka, one of the students at Christopher University from Economics Department, and I'm in 400 level. I would say I've benefited a lot, actually. I mean, I got to meet seasoned lecturers here in the school, and they're always willing to share their experiences and their knowledge with me, and I've been able to learn a lot from that. And being in Christopher University has actually improved my social life a lot. Before I came here, I was more of an introvert. I was more of an introvert, but now, because of the amazing people in form of the students I've been able to meet, I am more of an extrovert now. Actually, I expect the school to move on further and like get more popular in the country, because the school already has all the things that it needs. It just needs even more exposure, maybe via social media or any other platform that can help to promote the school. I will talk about specifics. When it comes to academics, the school is actually very excellent because of the lecturers and the students. I've met some students that I would regard as geniuses here in the school, and that's one of the things that this school can boast of. Well, I would say the relationship between students and lecturers, it's amicable, because the lecturers are mostly people that are open and accord respect to students, like regardless of age, and they are willing to share everything that they know with students to aid the students. And there is little sparks ever that I've heard occurring between lecturers and students here in school. So I would say the relationship between them is mostly good and beneficial to the students.
My name is Adora Osonwa. I'm a 400 level accounting student. Well, I would say that the lecturers are quite close to the students because we are not quite much. So yeah, I also have benefited from that. And then getting good grades is actually quite easy here. So that is one of the things I would say I've benefited. My experience at Christopher has been okay, scale of 1 to 10, 5. More students, because then there will be more funds, and then more activities, please, more activities. The relationship, like I said earlier, close. It's quite close because we are not so much, so it's quite close. It's good. It's a good relationship.
Christopher University was founded by Chief Dr. UNICHRIS Eze, who had for many years noted the yawning gap that exists between industry and the academia. At various times, Chief Eze has successfully established very strong and robust linkage between the private sector and the academia, with emphasis on capacity building and management training. The stride was a very strong motivation for the establishment of a university, with strong emphasis on the management science that relies on linkage with the corporate world, locally and internationally. This close collaboration and consultation between academia and industry will lead to the development and establishment of high-level management training programs relevant to the immediate and future manpower needs of the corporate world and public sector.
I am Mr. Chinedu Eze, the bursar of Christopher University. Professionally, I'm a chartered accountant, business analyst, personally a lover of philosophy and nature. The position of the bursar of Christopher University came as a golden opportunity for me. First of all, I saw an opportunity to be engaged in a society that is of a noble leaning. University education is something that every society needs, quality education. So I saw the opportunity as one where I could broaden my horizon, both professionally, academically, and I saw opportunities for me to also impact society, to have positive impacts on the younger generation, and to have a positive impact on society at large. From inception, I guess Christopher University and myself, as one of the pioneer staff of Christopher University, had the challenges that had to do with any enterprise that was starting off for the first time. Problems that had to do with aligning yourself with statutory authorities like the taxman, aligning yourself with generally accepted practices. A university is a very controlled environment. The system is highly regulated. So the initial problems we faced, or that I faced, were those problems that had to do with us aligning ourselves with what a successful university should be. Going forward, I think we've overcome most of those challenges. we've had many years and many experiences to work with. So right now, the challenges we face are more financial than any other thing. Financial in the sense that for the past 4 or 5 years, Christopher University hasn't increased school fees. So with that backdrop, and then also with the reality on ground, there is inflation in the land. We know that the cost of almost everything has gone up. Cost of maintenance, cost of repairs, cost of powering the school, cost of even engaging quality staff, which we cannot do without. These are some of the problems we face now. Another important problem we face now is getting the university community to also see themselves as partners in financial management. Because any resource that comes into the university has to be managed to an optimal level. So it is necessary for staff, for students, for both admin and academic staff to realize that every naira spent cannot be gotten back. So simple matters like turning off an air condition where you're not in your office, turning off your fans where you're not in the hostels or in the classroom, and generally just being a bit more financially responsible so that we can save the resources we have to give the best outputs that we can. My vision for Christopher University is aligned to the vision of every stakeholder, every positive stakeholder of Christopher University. The philosophy of the founder, with the support of the Board of Trustees, the Governing Council, the members of staff, and indeed the student population. I believe we all have the same vision for Christopher University: to become a powerhouse in academia, to be a catalyst towards growth, positive growth and change in society, especially where it comes to issues that have to do with entrepreneurship, small and medium-scale enterprises, total socio-cultural development of our society. Christopher University as a society, our host community, Nigeria, and indeed globally. So I believe Christopher University will become a household name in this sector as the tertiary institutions section. And I also believe that from session to session, there will be steady improvements in the way we do things operationally, financially, and in the way we affect our community. I would advise our first set of graduates to always see themselves as pioneers of Christopher University, our first ambassadors. They should take up the philosophy of Christopher University, linking theory with practice. Now they're in the outside world. It's now left for them to make good of all they've learned whilst they were in Christopher University. They don't have the same type of support they had when they were here. They will have different types of support from their workplaces, from agencies that they're trying to get jobs from business contacts they make. So basically, I would strongly advise our first set of graduates to hold their heads up high, to have belief in themselves and in their abilities. So always remember that they are part and parcel of Christopher University. They could always fall back to us if they need any kind of support we are able to. Just to be very good, upstanding citizens of society, to always do right, stay on the right side of the law, try and be their brothers and sisters keepers, and to always think progress and positivity in whatever endeavor they happen to want to undertake.
The institution's environment is also beautiful, which creates a conducive learning and growing atmosphere with guaranteed security. Pioneer students who just graduated in the year 2020 are the first set and only graduates of the institution and are all distinguished degree holders in several fields of study, despite the challenges faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. With a new set of graduates, comes with the inauguration of the Alumni Association of Christopher University, with the president and vice president, along with other members of the association, continuing to remain eccentric ambassadors of the university, both home and abroad.
My name is Alarakwe Oluwatomide. I'm a graduate of Christopher University, an economics student, and I am the first national president of the Alumni Association. Our objectives are, we are trying to create a social network whereby we can help each other, communicate with each other after school. It's not that when we leave school, everything will end there. No, we want it to continue. The relationship we built in school, we want it to continue. And we want to create opportunities for our graduates and those that will join us outside school to help each other. For those that will be looking for employment, we'll try and help them in any way we can. And also, school has invested in us. We'll try and give back to the school in any way we can. While I was still a student, for me personally, my relationship with my lecturers were positive, because I get to interact with them a lot. Maybe because I was the class president, so I get to interact with most of my lecturers very well, and they try and help me in some ways. Like, if there's any mistake in some of my work, they try to put me through and tell me ways in which I can improve. So my relationship with them was very okay. It was positive, and I still communicate with them even while I'm outside school. Yeah, the association just started, not quite long. So our first objective now is the magazine we want to try and produce. But currently, our major obstacle now is funds, getting funds, in which we are trying every means in which we can raise funds for the magazine production. But I believe God will still put us.
Christopher University is also a verified JAMB center with CBT centers that are fully well equipped to host the yearly conducted Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination.
I'm Aloysius Udoke, the registrar of Christopher University. I'm a lawyer by training and a university administrator by occupation. The university started academic activities in the 2016-2017 academic session, and we took off with 25 students. Well, we have been for 5 years now, and with every other organization, you have the pioneering problem, what you may call the teaching problems. So we have the issue of putting up the infrastructures, building library, laboratories, and what have you. Also, we have the challenge of students' enrollment. Okay, but in spite of all this, the university has been able to keep afloat. The founder of the university has a very great ambition for the university, wants the university to be a tech-based university. So the management of the university has laid plans, to take the university to the next level, to be one of the universities to be reckoned with in the country and beyond. And being that the case, we have put in place certain things. Like if you go to the Nelson Mandela Library, you see that the e-library is state of the art. Any book published within 24 hours in any part of the world, you can access it. So the university is geared towards producing students that are pragmatic, students that can easily mix up in the knowledge-based economy. So we have very great vision for the university.
Christopher University boasts of standard recreational facilities, including a wide football field, basketball court, volleyball and tennis lawn courts, indoor sports facilities, and many more.
My name is Mrs. Uchenna Fidelanekwe. I'm the Principal Assistant Registrar. I'm equally the Student Affairs Officer of this great institute. Well, so far so good. Although we have some challenges once in a while, but all the same, it was a smooth sail. But we want a better organization. I want the students to adhere to the rules and regulations of the institute. And equally, I equally want the university to be able to meet up with some of their demands. Very, very cordial. The relationship is very, very cordial. I meet them at least twice in a month. Well, as per the social life, we organize some lectures, some seminars for the students. And we equally have Students' Week, whereby the students showcase their different talents and prizes are won during that time. My advice to the pioneer students is to imbibe all that had been taught them in the school, and equally to understand that they are no longer in the four walls of a university, but that they are now outside the world, and many challenges will come. And with what they learned here, they should be able to withstand any challenges they might face. I see them being commissioners, governors. I see them being legislators in the government sector, and then be heard in different aspects of their endeavors.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Ogechi Lily Ago. I'm presently the acting university librarian of Christopher University, Mowe, Ogun State. Okay, I started in 2011 after going to library school, because what makes you a professional in library studies when you've gone to library school. So I went to library school in University of Ibadan 2011. So 2011 till date is roughly 10 years old in the profession. Working in, we have the different sectors where librarians can work. So when you work in a university library, it's a different ballgame altogether, because talking about an academic library has a lot of challenges, you know, more especially when it's a private university, when you'll be talking about funding, and not just funding, when the funding is coming from sole ownership. What I mean there is when the money is coming from one person. So it's a different ballgame altogether. So the challenges here now is on funding most times, because we want to buy materials, want to buy library resources and all that. You have a lot, it involves a lot of money. I don't have a problem with library patronage, because our school, we don't have a lot of students, so they come really out to read. And also we have materials that they use for teaching and research. They already come out every day to read. Yes. I said earlier on that the 21st century library is going past print and traditional library. So my mission is to make sure that in no distance time, the library resources here will be on e-library facilities, e-books, e-journals, and I want to also expose my students to using all those facilities to ease their research and academic performances.
At Christopher University, linking theory with practice is our motto, and we strive to inspire confidence through learning as we provide students with a world-class educational opportunity.
My experience has been fun. Initially, my 100 and 200 level were very, very fun, but coming to my last days in the school, it's been tough, stressful, but the experience has been fun so far. Thankfully, our lecturers are very, very nice. They help us to strive to reach our full potentials, and yeah, that's been a fun experience.
My experience hasn't been so rough. It's been an okay experience. I've had a very good time with my education. I've had a very good time with people, socially, mentally. So it's been a very good experience for me and all.
Fairly good. The university is still growing, so there's a lot we still have to achieve. But with where we are now, I would rate the university as, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate the university on 6, because we're more than average now, but we've not reached our highest potential. So university is coming up.
I expect a lot from this university. Yeah, in order for the university to reach the heights it's meant to attain, it's going to need diligence, it's going to need discipline from the management. I know the university could reach the heights of all the popular known authoritative universities around the world. So it just depends on how well they use their time to reach that level. Anything one achieves or fails to achieve is tied to time. So I expect a lot from the university, which they'll reach with diligence and hard work.
And my expectations of this university is, I hope it can be able to attain a certain rank, so that it can be able to be amongst the top 10 good universities in Nigeria. Because with the way Christopher University is improving and growing, we're most likely going to be able to rub shoulders with the high-ranking universities in Nigeria.
The relationship between students and lecturers it's a very cordial relationship. I see lecturers being so friendly with the students, having a good relationship, which also helps in their education, which helps in building them as individuals. The relationship has been very, very good. Being able to be confident, to be comfortable with your lecturers is a very rare, thing. Also with the young lecturers as well. So I feel the relationship with students and lecturers have been a very good and cordial relationship. Like I said, what we achieve or fail to achieve is tied to time. So at this level right now, the university is still growing and hope to reach the level of known universities. So I still rate the university at a very high level because of the way they are improving and moving forward. But with time, they'll get there.